Last week I created a video to invite business owners to my 3-day workshop, which they can actually literally almost attend for free. And the responses I got were actually funny, but in a sad way. And most were like, hey Peter, great you made this offer to attend your workshop to discover a method to stop to be a slave to your business. And so I had a call with Paul and we talked about how he could benefit from the workshop, Leveraged Life Business Workshop. And Paul told me he's now like 3 years and doing more than 60 hours per week. And he has like maximum 2 weeks of holiday a year, not really seeing his kids, only for a few minutes per day. And yeah, he sees his wife actually only when he comes to bed. And his wife Patricia said, well, if you keep doing like this, the kids will grow up without a dad. And his clients, well, let's say most of them are not always happy, as most of the time he is a bit late on delivering his promises. However, Paul really would like to grow his business, but he's stuck and he doesn't see a way how to get out of it. Although he works like more like 60 hours a week, it's not that he doesn't earn money, but it's also not a lot. And also he's convinced that he has to do it alone, nobody can help him. And to be honest, over the years, well, the reality for Paul, it's not new to me and it's not unknown to me. I've been there too. I've been there too on that place. And the last few years, I spoke so many self-employed people, small business owners who are in the same situation. So in this call, I listened to Paul's story, and I would say everything that he does at this moment in time, well, it actually is making sure he stays in the same position. And he even makes it worse every time he tries to do something else. And unfortunately, once again, he's not alone in this situation. And you might think, what's Paul doing wrong? Well, Paul is mainly trading his time for money. And all the time Paul is working cannot be billed. So yes, he makes money and it's enough to cover the cost of his living and can support his family. But, well, at the end of the year he needs to look like, and he said, yeah, I don't really make profit. Well, Paul left his corporate world 5 years ago, and it took him like 2 years before, well, he started, but it really took him 2 years before he had built some clientele and some customers. He's now 47 years and he knows if he doesn't find a solution in the 5 next years, he probably will pay with his health. But he also knows if he doesn't take care of like building a retirement fund in the next 5 to 10 years, that will also be a problem. Because if he doesn't manage to do that in the coming 5 to 10 years, then he knows his fine old day will be screwed. But for now, he doesn't see another option than trading time for money. Another thing that's bothering him, when he's busy with his clients, he has no time to find new clients. So it means a project is done, yeah, a lot of stress because who is going to be the next project, who is going to be the next client. So yeah, then he has to spend 1 week, 2 weeks to find a new client. He has to do a lot of calls, meetings, and well, yeah, that time at this moment is not paid. Paul has some specific skills and knowledge, and that is holding him back because he actually thinks, well, I cannot hire somebody to help me out because I only have the knowledge. And yeah, another belief is of course hiring somebody is a financial risk, but at this point of time he doesn't see how it can work out. So Paul asked me, how can my workshop, the Leveraged Life Business Workshop, help him? Well, there are 5 areas we really want to work on. First, we need to set rules for your life and also your business. Strict rules. What do you want to do? What do you don't want to do? Because now he takes clients on and he knows when he starts that it will be a difficult client. The client will actually never be satisfied. He will always find something that needs to be different. But yeah, that's the only way he's sure that he can pay the bills at the end of the next month. So yeah, he takes on clients and projects he actually doesn't want to do. And you could say, yeah, but what else should he do? Well, the thing is, if you just take all the projects that come along and even you know they are crap, what do? Well, you block yourself, he blocks his time to work with a real project, with a real client he really wants to work and pay better. The third thing we'll work on is the customer journey, and Paul really didn't know what it is. So, well, often it is confused with marketing, but the customer journey is not the marketing. However, marketing will be a part of the customer journey. And Paul hasn't have any customer journey, and that means project is done, he has to find a new client. Because a customer journey means you will offer different products or solutions to your clients for a longer period of time. And you might think, yeah, but they only ask me one thing. Well, could be, but do you know one customer of you? One person has only one problem to solve? I would say most businesses have way more than one problem to solve. So if you know they have these problems, more than one problem, you solve the first one, there's still plenty left to solve. So that's your customer journey. It's not only about the best experience you can deliver them, but also what's the best solution you can deliver them. And the more or longer how well defined your customer journey is, the more value you will deliver to your client, and that probably means you will also receive more money for it. And the next area we work on are systems. Now, Paul did work in the corporate world, so he knows about systems and procedures, but he's convinced, like a solo entrepreneur as he is, you don't need systems. And I would say that's maybe not the right thought. You, even as a small entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur, small business owner, you have to have systems, otherwise you have really no clue what you are doing. And here comes, of course, also the issue if you want to hire somebody. They have no clue what they need to do, and you think, I need to put a lot of effort, training and time in it, which I don't have. But the reason for that is because you don't have a system. Because if you have the systems on paper, training somebody will be way more efficient, shorter in time, and the person you hire knows exactly what you expect, how to do it, what the result must be, and it will save a lot of frustration on both ends. And next, you need a team that will support you. And without a team, if you don't have a team, tell me how you're ever gonna be free from your business. That's not possible. You will need people that will support you. If you don't do that, you try to do it everything by yourself, then it's clear you will never be free of your business. You will be always a slave to your business. There is no other way. But to be clear, it doesn't mean you have to hire people full time. Today there are so many solutions on freelance basis or other ways you can work with people. And the big advantage is they are specialists in their field. So if you have a specific task, you find somebody who is an expert in that, those people will be very happy to help you, and they can do it very efficient. Now the other thing, as long as Paul keeps trading his time for money, he will be stuck. He should trade his knowledge for money, not his time. So in the end, he still can do the same work if he wants, but he will ask for the money in a different way, and he will probably have to deliver product services in a different way. And it also means he can probably ask more money, which will enable him, or it will be easier then to create a team that will support him. So that actually means Paul needs to find a different business model. And in the workshop, I will talk about 31 different ways to ask for money, 31 different ways to deliver your product or service different. So 31 ways of a different business model. And the fun begins when students of my previous workshop who were in the same situation as Paul start to combine different ideas, different principles out of the 31 business models, and they come up with a new innovative way, a new solution, and they can create easily a new service from that. That's so nice to see. So if you are a business owner and you recognize the story of Paul, I really like to invite you to my workshop, which you can attend almost for free. So after talking about 30 minutes with Paul, he's like, yeah, I really need to do this. But the but started. And the but was, I cannot make the time for it. I cannot take the free time for it. And I said, well, Paul, I understand, but you need to understand that you cannot solve the problem of time by not investing time. That's the only way you can do. You need to take the time to find out how you're gonna solve the problem of not having enough time. And you really need to be committed to it. Nobody else will do this for you, and it will not solve itself. Except you end up in the hospital and somebody says you have to quit what you're doing. And he said, yeah, I know, but I really cannot make the time now. And that reminds me of another story, somebody who answered me in an email about a training offer we did for our 3D business. And the business owner answered me, Peter, you as a successful business owner, you understand that for me it's not possible to leave my business for a half day, because if I do that, everything will go haywire. But you know, I don't understand. And the story of Paul is also close to another client in my 3D business, Lisa, an interior architect. She's already 7 years a client, I think, when she just started out her business. I've seen her growing over the years. She's doing well on herself, and every few months she calls me when she has a little problem with the software, and I hear her always busy, 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 busy. When I started in 2015 my coaching business, she was interested and she said, yeah, one day we need to talk, because my business is growing fast and I need to keep so many balls in the air. And I said, yeah, sure, let's make an appointment. And she said, yeah, but not now. Let's do it in 3 months, okay? Let's make the appointment. Yeah, no, call me back in 3 months and then we will see. So a few months after, she called with a bizarre question, and that's because she is stressed out, and then she started doing strange things in the software, even things she'd have done 100 times before, but now she's so stressed that, where do I find this? It's like, But okay, at the end of the call, I helped her. At the end of the call, say, hey, maybe it's time we do that conversation. Yeah, but in 3 months from now. 3 years later now, well, we never came to the point to really make the appointment, because she's trapped. She's trapped in the business. She's a slave to the business. And as I said before, you cannot solve the problem of no time by not investing time to solve it. If these stories sound familiar to you, well, please take my invitation. This is only one time I will do this 3-day workshop for free, where I share my system, my framework that I use in all my business on a daily basis, and provides me with the freedom to do what I want, to have a free life. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against work, I have nothing against hard work, but I have something against people who keep believing that they need to do it all by themselves, and they keep themselves into, to be a slave of their business, and their life passes by. Now, the workshop is normally 3,000 euros. You can attend it for free. Well, the question is then why? Good question. But I would say I can explain it fully when we booked our call to find out I can help you and to find out that this workshop is really something for you. So, is there a catch to the workshop? Well, yeah, there is one. First of all, I ask you just a contribution into the cost of doing the workshop, mainly the room and the food and the drinks during the 3 days of the workshop. And at the end of the workshop, I ask you for a video testimonial. What is your experience? What do you have learned? And why I do this? Well, I record this so it can become a digital product. But my question to you is, the question is, how committed are you to get out of the situation? Stop to be a slave of your business. Are you just interested, or are you really committed to find a solution? If you're really committed, you say, yes, enough is enough. I really want to make the time. I want to make the time now, whatever it takes. Some people in the workshop, well, they canceled even their skiing trip to be in the room, and even my own coach and mentor cleared his agenda to be in the room for 3 days. Hi, my name is Peter, internet entrepreneur, business coach. How committed are you to stop to be a slave of your business? How committed are you to start to living the life you really desire? And the only thing you actually need to say is, yeah, I really need to solve this. I really need to do it. And all the rest, where it is, when it is, and how much it costs, should actually be none of your concerns. The workshop will be the 15th to the 17th of February 2018. It will be in Warsaw in the Bristol Hotel, a 5-star luxury hotel. And your contribution into the cost of the organization of the workshop is 450 euros. Travel and hotel are, of course, to your own expense. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Are you in? Below this video you find a button or a link. Please click on that, and then you can book an appointment with me to find out this workshop can really help you. So take action now and book the appointment if you really want to stop to be a slave of your business and start to live the life you really desire. Can't wait to talk to you.